Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be reviewing the new Bobbi Brown holiday collection, which happens to be a collaboration with PAC-MAN. Did you see that one coming? Because I sure didn't. Here is what they sent me. I did get this NPR, this beautiful box with some pixelated PAC-MAN images, and I'm going to of course show you everything that is inside, and we are going to try it all out, swatch it, review it, etc. So if you're excited for today's video, give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. I guess we'll disclose the obvious, which is usually Bobbi Brown is not a brand of which I follow every release or anything like that, and so if they didn't send me this NPR, this would not be a video I would be making, to be honest. However, once I got the NPR and I opened the box and I saw the collection, I was like, because there's of course no obligation for me to do anything with the products, but I liked what I saw inside and I figured it was definitely worth showing you. With that said, I will of course be completely honest and transparent about my thoughts on everything, packaging, color stories, and how the products perform, and tell you whether or not I think they're worth it, if you're even interested in getting your hands on some PAC-MAN Bobbi Brown makeup products. So let's get started. Opening my box, and the first big thing I see is this right here, which is the Bobbi Brown PAC-MAN Smoothing Cleansing Oil. This is just a repackaged version of the regular Bobbi Brown Smoothing Cleansing Oil, which is a fantastic cleansing oil. I have tried this one before when I worked at Nordstrom. Now, I do like that they did also repackage the inside of the product. They didn't just put the same product in a new box, but rather actually gave us new packaging on the actual product. So props for that, because one of the main complaints with this year's Fenty collaboration Christmas collection was that they just put new boxes on the same packaging of products and you end up tossing away the boxes. So then what's the point of it even being a collaboration, right? You want to have the product that actually has the collab stuff on it, and I agree with that. So I'm glad that with this Bobbi Brown collection you do get the PAC-MAN in the packaging. This is not a product that I'm going to be trying in today's video, but I will be putting this in my vanity as soon as I finish my pharmacy makeup melter, and this will be what I use afterwards. This is, by the way, a jumbo size of their cleansing oil. It is massive. It's got 13.5 fluid ounces, and the retail price of this is $93. I will say, I don't know if this will be a super popular collection or not, but if it's not, this will probably go on sale in the future and you might be able to snag yourself a huge oil cleanser for a more affordable price. There's also this right over here, which is a makeup bag, a PAC-MAN and Bobbi Brown makeup bag. Wait a minute. Is it a PAC-MAN and Bobbi Brown purse? It's a purse, you guys. This is honestly more fun than I expected. As far as the bag is concerned, I was trying to look up the price to see if they were selling it. Maybe it's like a gift with purchase, or maybe it was just part of the PR kit, because I'm not finding it online anywhere. Then we of course have the PAC-MAN eyeshadow palette. It's called the PAC-MAN Power Play Eye Palette. Here's the outside packaging of it, and honestly this packaging was one of the most exciting things I saw in this box that made me want to film this video, because the actual packaging of the palette is just so fun, so beautiful. Take a look right here. Here are all of the little ghosts from PAC-MAN, the little fruits, and our guy right there, and you guys, it moves. It's like one of those little, it's got I guess some liquid in there, and the little figures move all across the board, and I think this is honestly beautiful packaging. Bobbi Brown has always had beautiful, luxurious packaging, but I don't know, I was impressed by it. Maybe you guys won't find it as impressive as I did. Anyways, let me show you the inside of the palette, and of course we'll swatch it later on. So here's the outside one more time, and then once you open it, here is what things look like on the inside. I personally was a bit meh about the color story of this one. You have a nude beige shade, you have a warmer crease color, and a matte darker brown, and a black shade, which is nice. The shimmer shades I think were the disappointment for me, but I can't expect these to be super glimmery shimmery because that's not what Bobbi Brown usually does. So you have regular shimmers, and you have 3 different ones. You have a champagne, a gold, and a very light blue shimmer shade, and then you have this blue matte shade right here as well. We will of course be swatching this later on, but I do think you can get very beautiful natural looks with this one. It's just not super exciting. The outside packaging was the thing that excited me the most about it. We have a PAC-MAN vitamin enriched face base, which is Bobbi Brown's Iconics moisturizing primer, and of course again PAC-MAN and PAC-MAN right there. So you do get the collab on the packaging as well. These I believe retail for $60 if I'm not mistaken. And of course this moisturizer is iconic and a lot of people swear by it and love it. I did apply it on my face as my primer before I put on my foundation and all of that, and it feels luxurious and thick, and it is a beautiful, beautiful primer for your makeup. Next we have this right here, which is the PAC-MAN highlighting powder. Here's what the front of this one looks like. It's got like a matte black front with gold details, and once you open it, here is the beautiful champagne shade on the inside. I will say I do usually really love the formula of Bobbi Brown highlighters. They don't tend to be like texture enhancing formulas at all. See, take a look right there at what it looks like. It's a beautiful illuminating powder that is very built up, by the way. Here's what a single swatch of it would look like. I wasn't seeing it, and so I built it up a lot, but now that it's in front of the camera, I definitely see it. So then we have 6 different new matte lipsticks. And when I say new, I am 90% sure that these lipsticks are limited edition colors specifically created for this PAC-MAN collection, because when I looked them up on the Bobbi Brown website, the colors say PAC-MAN next to them, and there isn't an option for the same shade in the regular packaging. So I'm 90% sure these are exclusive PAC-MAN shades. The packaging of these is honestly really, really pretty. Super cute with all of the little PAC-MAN details. And I'm going to swatch them all for you after I swatch the palette. Lastly, we also have 2 new extra plump lip serums from Bobbi. Here is what the outside box of these look like. And once again, I'm pretty sure that these are exclusive shades for this collection. And here is what the outer packaging of these look like. So far, all I have swatched is the highlighter. So let's go ahead and swatch the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go across as I usually do. Here are the first 4 shades. The first one is called PAC Dots. Then we have the shade PAC-MAN, which is the yellow gold, blue mode, and coffee break. Why did I leave a space in the middle? I have no idea. I thought I thought that I couldn't see blue mode somehow, but here it is. Okay, so blue mode and coffee break. Ignore the space in the middle. Here are the next 4 shades. And honestly, so far everything swatched very beautiful. So the next color is Clyde Orange. Then we have Pink Pink, which is the champagne pink shade. Turn to Blue, which is the matte blue color. And then the shade Game Night, which is the matte black. I just got a bit more of that blue to see it better. Anyways, here we go. These are the 8 shades in the palette. Nice neutral to warm leaning color story with the 1 pop of blue. Honestly, I just find the color story a little random, maybe. I don't know. Everything did swatch very creamy. I think the formulation of these is going to be good. I know for a fact Bobbi Brown has really nice, luxurious, creamy eyeshadow formulas, so I'm pretty sure the performance of this palette is going to be good. These 6 are all matte lipsticks from Bobbi. This is the shade Downtown 824, Boutique Brown, Blinky Red, ooh, that's beautiful, Uptown Red, Golden Hour 529, and this one is Express Stop. Lots of different tones of red, as you can see. My favorite one is this one here, which I believe is called Blinky Red. And then let's go ahead and swatch the lip plumping serums as well. This one is called Bare Plum. Ooh, I like that they're pretty see-through. I thought they would be more pigmented, but I'm glad that they're not. And Bare Strawberry, super pretty as well. Now that I've swatched everything for you, let's go ahead and start trying things out, starting with the eyeshadow palette with a fluffy REPHR number 15. I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is kind of like a base type color, and use it across the crease of my eye as a base. See, for an 8-pan eyeshadow palette, to have a shade like this one is kind of a waste of space because it gives nothing. And there's limited space in this palette, having 8 shades. But I do understand that for some people, having a base shade is essential, I guess. Me particularly, I could do with or without. I'm going to jump into our transition color, which is this one here. And I'm going to start by tapping it on the outer third and blending it into the crease. Doing some back and forth windshield wiper motions. I'm intensifying things a bit by doing a second layer of it, and same thing over here, of course. I'm going to switch to a small blending brush. This one is the REPHR number 14, and I'm going to this color here. With it, I'm going to intensify the crease of the eye. I'm not adding the brown to the outer corner. I'm just going straight for the crease this time. So only on the outer crease, and blend it into the previous shade, which that blended so fast. I'm actually going to go back to the REPHR number 15 and make sure that the upper edge is still lighter and more smooth looking. And the same thing over here, of course. I'm adding a little to the kind of the outermost corner, but not really. It's more so like coming from under the lower lash line and connecting to the top, and then blending on the crease. So I'm still leaving this part blank. With a makeup wipe, I'm going to clean this lower edge a bit. And with a small blending brush, this one's even smaller than the REPHR number 14 because it's like the REPHR number 14 but pointed. This is one of the Shoto brushes, the smallest one of them from REPHR. I'm going to grab the black shade with the tip of it. And once again, starting on the under lash line, adding that smoky black shade just like so. And a little more to the outermost corner of the crease to intensify the smokiness of this eyeshadow look. And then I switch to the REPHR number 14 to further blend it, because I don't want the black shade to be too high up. With a Q-tip, I'm further cleaning the outermost corner of my eyelid because there was some transfer that happened. And I'm trying to clear it out because I want to use the blue shade as a pop of color back there, and I don't know that it's going to work, but I'll try it. So I'm grabbing that blue shade and I'm going to pat it on the outer third of the eyelid. Okay, my brush is a little wet because I didn't, I wish it wasn't. I cleaned it and I didn't wait for it to get dry. Okay, now I got dry powder. Here we go. I don't hate that. Let me see, once I only use the powder on this side. See how it's a lighter shade of powder? This is the color it should be. I didn't realize my brush was wet. Ignore that this looks a little darker because I tried fixing it and I honestly could not. And because this side is dry and I don't want to wet it, it's not going to get any darker, but this is what it should look like right here. So now with my finger, I'm going to grab the light shimmer blue shade and add it over the blue and to the center of the eyelid. Not all the way over the blue, but quite a bit over the blue. But I do want them to overlap, and then to the center of the eyelid. Then I'm going to use a flat brush. This one is REPHR number 28 and the gold shade, the PAC-MAN shade. and overlap the gold with the blue and take it to the inner third of the eyelid. If you were doubting the eyeshadow look when I added the blue, so was I. But I think I don't hate it. We'll see. We'll see once I'm done. I wanted to use the blue because it is an 8-pan palette, so I wanted to use as many shades as possible. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to get the champagne color, still with my flat brush. And that's going to be the innermost corner shade right there. Just tapping it in place. And with a REPHR number 14 and this color here, which we used as a transition, I'm going to finish up the under eye by just swiping that lighter color across. And so check it out right here. This is what things look like before I put on any mascara or eyeliner. I definitely want to do blue eyeliner in the waterline. So I'm going to use the Laura Mercier eyeliner in the shade Blue Marine. And that's what that looks like there. I love Laura Mercier eyeliners. They have the best formula. Let me just finish up the eyeshadow look. Back, and I went ahead and put on mascara and lashes. These are half lashes from Bright Lashes in the style Flutter. And so here's the final eye look. I don't have any blush on, so I picked one out to put on. This one is the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush in the shade Tequila Sunset. It's a nice warm peachy blush, and so I feel like it'll go really nicely with this eyeshadow look. And so I'm just going to buff it into my cheekbone. And this is a REPHR number 18 brush that I'm using to put it on. You guys, REPHR is having the best sale of the year right now. If you're interested in REPHR brushes, this is the time to get them. The link is in the description box. And I'll use some highlighter as well, since I swatched it but haven't put it on. Here's the highlighter on my cheekbone. Super glowy, glowier than I remember these being. Very pretty. So let's go ahead and try the lipsticks next, starting with Boutique Brown. I'm not lining my lips. This is just so that you get an idea of what they look like. So if they're not perfectly applied, I apologize. They're very creamy and very pigmented. So I had a tough time getting it to look super even on the edges. Anyways, here is the shade Boutique Brown. This one is Downtown 824. Very pretty, very neutral red. Downtown 824. Uptown Red next. Again, I'm not lining my lips, and so this application is leaving a lot to be desired, but I just want to show you the colors. I do not like warm red lipsticks on me, so I don't love this one. Golden Hour next, which is also a warmer shade. Okay, this one is not as orange as the other one, so I hate it less. Golden Hour. This next one is Express Stop, which is almost like a neon pink shade. This one, by the way, I applied much nicer than the rest. And lastly, the shade Blinky Red. I love blue tone, darker red shades, so I left this one for last because I thought it would be one of the ones I like most. And I think I do. If I were to apply this with a lip liner, I would like it even more because it would be a bit more even on the edges, but it is a beautiful blue tone, dark red shade. I went ahead and applied a lip liner to try the serums with. This one is in the shade Tease from Say Beauty. And here is the lip serum in the shade Bare Plum. Okay, I know this is contrasting with this eyeshadow look, but this is a beautiful holiday lip combo. Check it out without the eyes distracting you. I love it. The center of my lips is now stained, but I went ahead and took off that lip combo and put on a lighter color lip liner. This is again from Say Beauty in the shade Flirts. And lastly, we are trying the lip plump in the shade Bare Strawberry. And here is what that lip combo looks like. I don't love it as much as the previous one, but take a look without the eyes. We have officially tried everything. I couldn't find a lipstick in this collection that I thought matched the eye look, so I'm just going to leave this one on for the remainder of the video. And let's talk about whether or not I think any of it is worth it. and what I would recommend versus what I wouldn't recommend from this collection. Starting with the eyeshadow palette, this 8-pan eyeshadow palette retails for $69. Do I think it is worth it? Unfortunately, I do not. The color story is pretty, but honestly very basic, and I think a lot of us that have eyeshadow collections, even if you have, I don't know, like a handful of palettes, you probably have shades very similar to the ones you find in this palette in a lot of palettes in your collection. The thing that drew me in the most from the palette was definitely the beautiful, super adorable PAC-MAN packaging, but as far as the shades inside, I don't love them. I don't love the color story. What I do really like is the packaging, and obviously packaging is not worth $70 for an eyeshadow palette, so unfortunately I do not recommend this one. I love the packaging, I'm grateful it was sent to me, but it's very expensive for what it is. The highlighting powder retails for $57, which I also find very, very pricey. The packaging is beautiful and the highlighter performs well. You guys know I am not the biggest fan of highlighter. I haven't been for quite a while now. This one I don't think enhances my texture much, but I feel like highlighter's just like not as popular as it used to be overall. I don't know, is it just me? Highlighters simply don't excite me like they used to. And for almost $60, I also don't think this one's worth it. They're never gonna send me anything again. I'm sorry. Now, when it comes to tried and true products like the face cleansing oil or the vitamin enriched face base, this is the regular price for these products anyways. They are pricey luxury skincare products, and if you like these formulas, if you've known to use them in the past, then I totally think that they're worth it because you get the fun PAC-MAN inspired packaging and whatnot. When it comes to the lipsticks and lip serums, if you like any of the shades I showed you, I do recommend them. The packaging is beautiful and luxurious. The formulas are rich and pigmented. I would say I do have some that I like more than others. I ended up liking the darker color serum the most. This is the Plump Lip Serum in the shade Bare Plum, and it's just not as bright as the red one, which I personally like better. So I love this one. As far as the lipsticks are concerned, I do wish there would have been at least one lighter nudie type shade, just because I personally tend to gravitate towards those. However, from the ones here, my favorite color was definitely the shade Blinky Red. It is dark and a beautiful blue toned red lipstick. So those two right there were my absolute favorite. I think the eyeshadow look I created is definitely a lot of fun. I will say that if you're a Bobbi Brown makeup fan, this definitely is something that is within what they usually would do. Bobbi Brown is a very beautiful and luxurious brand that tends to go very natural looking, and minus the blue, that is exactly what this palette is. So I guess that's it. These are my thoughts on this PAC-MAN Bobbi Brown collaboration collection. Let me know whether or not you guys like this video. I know I don't usually review Bobbi Brown products, but I'm glad they sent me this because it was definitely a lot of fun playing with these products today. If you're interested in anything I talked about today, everything is linked in the description box of the video. I'll have the products tagged on the screen as well if you're interested in anything. And that is it from me today. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.